Good evening. I'd like to call the Board of Public Works to order, March 16th, 2015, with roll call.
Alderman Benner. Alderman Nichols. Here. Alderman Taylor. Here. Alderman Sevenick.
Here.
Alderman Kian. Here. Alderman Zielinski. Alderman Engelbert. Here. Alderman Langdon has been excused.
Thank you. Item C is minutes to approve of March 2nd, 2015. Alderman Kian.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Board of Public Works meeting of March 2nd, 2015.
Motion's been made by Alderman Kian, second by Benner. Any additions or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Those minutes are approved. Item D is discussion items and action items. First item is a change order. JF Aaron Company Water Treatment Facility Low Pump Lift Pump Modification Project. Alderman Taylor.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve change order JF Ahern Company Water Treatment Facility Low Lift Pump Modifications, Project M00-930724, deduct $2,908.22, change order number 4, Menasha Utilities.
Motion's been made and seconded, I believe, by Alderman Kian. Okay. Further discussion? Mark, do you have anything to add?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Any discussion by the committee members? Alderman Taylor? No. Seeing none, we will take a roll call.
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Thank you. Item 2 is the recommendation to award contract 2015-1. Alderman Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll make a motion for the recommendation to award contract unit 2015-01, new street reconstruction and reconstruction of concrete and curb and gutter, asphalt, pavement, storm sewer, Southfield West Nature's Way subdivision streets, Barker Farm 6 subdivision streets, River Lea Court, Broad Street, Ida Street, Manitowoc Street, and Lincoln Street. Northeast Asphalt Incorporated in the amount of $1,084,323.12.
Is there a second? Second by Alderman Engelbert. Any discussion? Alderman Benner?
Well,
Oh, okay. Any further discussion? I'm actually happy to see this early on our agenda. Usually it seems like these don't come in this early, and it's also under budget by about how much? About
About
100,000?
a little under 300,000.
300,000. That's good news for the rest of the council members who want to remember that. Any further discussion? I have one discussion item.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry, Alderman Benner. Didn't see your
That's
light.
actually good news for the, sorry about that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But that's actually good news for the folks that live on these streets, because it's a savings for them. When they send out
Good
a letter
point.
to them, it's based off of a best estimate off of our previous experience, and when they get assessed, it'll be less money than what they originally thought. So it is good for them.
And we usually project a conservative number so that we don't underestimate. So that's a very good point, Alderman Benner. Mark, do you have something to add?
What you both said is accurate. We had expected a more major increase in the cost of concrete from what we had heard from last year's supply problems. So there was a minor increase, but not nearly as much as what we had anticipated. So that helped also.
Earlier before the meeting, I had discussed with you this public notice in the Post-Crescent. Can you just touch on that a little bit? It pertains to the Broad Street.
Right. It's not the Broad Street that obviously in this contract, this portion of Broad Street in this contract is the segment from Taco Street, excuse me, west to Lush Street. What we put a notice in the paper and other publications is for a request for qualifications a notice of intent for consultant firms to supply us with qualifications for the future Broad Street reconstruction, that section from Taco Street east to Racine Street. That is part of an STP urban grant that would, that has construction scheduled for 2018. And, but also part of that schedule is that the city has a consultant on board in this year, 2015, at least on contract. So that will give them plenty of time to finish the design and to do some community outreach through public involvement meetings for this project.
Okay, thank you.
The design is also grant fundable, so that's why we have to follow that schedule.
And just so the council realizes, that schedule goes out till 2018, so it's kind of lengthy. Any further discussion? Alderman Zelinski.
Thank you. Mark, timing for this project, that's the next question that every alderman's going to get. When's our street going to be done?
Well, this project, this year we combined both the reconstruction and the construction projects into one contract in hoping of getting better prices, and I think we did that. I think we were successful in that. We have not met with the contractor, obviously, because we're just going through the bid award tonight. But our preliminary schedule had a potential start date of the week of April 26th, I believe it is. And we'll just have to wait and see if that contractor is ready to start at that time. The completion date is October, but we have clauses in there that indicate once they start on a street, there are disincentives if they take longer than what is anticipated for that particular street, or if there's no activity out there, then we can start imposing a disincentive clause. So we have what we think are safeguards, kind of a lesson learned from the London Street project from last year.
So you will be having discussions with them, then you can get back to the council about tentative dates.
Yeah, we'll have a pre-construction conference with the contractor, and then there'll be a letter that gets distributed to the residents. We'll include that as a communication.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Alderman Zelinski. I guess we need to take a vote. We'll take a roll call.
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Thank you. There's no further business. I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second by Alderman Keehan. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Good evening.